Are you dreaming of your perfect home but terrified of being house poor? You are not alone. Stick around because today I'm spilling the tea on the secrets to buying a home you can actually afford without solely eating cup of noodles for the next 30 years. Because no one wants to live in their dream home while surviving on a diet of ramen and regret. Amanda Rivard, local McKinney, Texas Realtor, and I'm here to help you make smart decisions in real estate. Don't forget to like and subscribe so when you're ready to make a move, you'll have all this info to help you make the best investment that you can. So what does it actually mean to be house poor? Being house poor means spending a large portion of your income on home ownership expenses, leaving little for other needs and wants. Quicken Loans actually did a survey of the amount of Americans who actually are house poor, and the numbers are pretty scary. You really don't want to be that person who has a stunning living room, but you can't afford furniture. The most important thing you can do is assess your financial situation. Take a deep dive into your income and current expenses. Experts recommend spending no more than 28 to 30% of your gross monthly income on housing costs. That means if you gross $8,000 per month, it's suggested your housing costs remain somewhere between $2,240 to $2,400 a month. If you need to sell your kidney to pay the mortgage, you might want to reconsider. Debt to income ratio is also a pretty big factor. Your total monthly debt payments, including your mortgage, should not exceed 36 to 43% of your gross monthly income. So if you're taking home $8,000 per month, you'd ideally want to keep all of your debts between $2,880 to $3,440 monthly. Realistically, no one wants to start a GoFundMe just to make it through the month, and if you're living outside of your means, that's exactly what could happen. I think it's really important to understand all of the homeownership costs. Yes, of course, you'll have your mortgage payment, but principal and interest are really just the beginning. You'll have property taxes, which vary by location and can be a significant part of your monthly costs. Texas, for example, is 7th highest in the nation for property taxes, and it's not cheap. Then you've got homeowners insurance, which is required by lenders and varies based on home value and location. But one thing is certain, insurance has gone way up, and it'd be a good idea to know on average what you'd be looking at paying for it before you buy a home. You also need to factor in maintenance and repairs, which I always tell my clients to budget somewhere around 1 to 3% of your home's value annually just for this. There is no such thing as a fun surprise expense, but sometimes it's just your home's way of keeping you on your toes, I guess. Another cost you'll have is utilities and maybe even HOA fees. These can, of course, vary greatly depending on your home size and location. Don't forget furniture and appliances because furnishing a new home can add up quickly. So yeah, sure, your home could look like a Pinterest board, but your bank account might look like a horror story afterwards. So what are my best practice tips for avoiding house poor status? Tip number 1, get pre-approved for a mortgage. You really want to know your budget before you start looking. Tip number 2, stick to your budget. Avoid getting swayed by emotions during house hunting. It is super easy to fall in love with a house that makes you broke. Kind of like dating someone way out of your league. Tip number 3, have an emergency fund set aside for 3 to 6 months of living expenses just in case life starts lifing. Tip number 4, consider future expenses by thinking about future income changes, family plans, etc. And there you have it. The best method to prevent being house poor is to assess your finances, understand all of the costs, avoid hidden expenses, and follow some practical tips. Like this video if you found it helpful, share it with someone who is house hunting, and subscribe for more real estate tips. And remember, the goal is a comfortable living, not a financial horror story. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I am always here to help. Now go out there and buy a home you can actually enjoy living in. Until the next video, y'all take care.